All right. Hi, everyone. My apologies for the delay. I know I'm starting about half an hour late, but there was I was having an error with my OBS settings and I figured it out. So the technical issues I was having before should be fixed. The stream should now um, move forward. What was happening before, it was stopping after going for a few minutes. But if anyone is able to join or see that I'm online, happy to move forward with the live stream and the complimentary vacation giveaway. So I'll just wait to see if anyone joins. Yeah, it looks like no one's on. Well, anyway, this live stream, I'll save it. If no one shows up, I'll just go over the properties and our blog posts if anyone wants to watch it later. And then we can do two. Oh, good. So someone was able to join. Okay. So hopefully we can get a few people and we can still give away the complimentary vacation voucher. Hi, Clever Enigma. If no one else shows up, you'll be lucky. You'll be guaranteed to get the vacation. But for now, I'm going to get started and just go over our latest properties. And of course, if anyone has any questions, they can always just submit a chat and I'll answer them. So can everyone see my screen? Yes, no? Okay, I'm going to assume it's all good and you can see my screen now. All right, good. We have someone else. Welcome. Glad some people are able to make it despite. Oh yes, now we have 3 people. Good. Glad some people could join despite the rough start there. Okay, so as with my previous live stream, I'll start with just some of our latest properties. I think one that may be interesting is our property in Highlands County, Florida. I know a lot of people are interested in Florida, so perhaps this will be of interest. Actually, what I should do, I realize that not everyone may know who I am. So very quickly, I'll just introduce myself. My name's Erica. I have a company, Gokche Capital. I buy and sell land. Our goal, I come from affordable housing background, so my goal with the company is to try and help people find affordable properties. So I do that by selling properties that I own, and I do offer owner financing on all of the properties I sell. But I also like to put out a lot of resources to help people who are looking to buy land, because I know one of the big hurdles is, hi, welcome. I know one of the big hurdles with land is that it can be really complicated to figure out what kind of questions you need to ask to make sure you're getting the property that works well for you. So if you haven't seen it yet, we do have a blog where we go in depth into any number of topics that could be relevant for someone who's looking to buy land, even homeowners or people, and especially people who are looking to build on that property. So some of our latest blog posts included one on a correction deed, which does show up a lot in vacant land properties, often because title companies are not always used when transferring vacant land. We also have one on HVAC cleaning and cross fencing for anyone who's interested in grazing. Now, some other resources that we have include this YouTube channel, which you're on now. I do videos on all of the properties I post, but I also do some informational videos that cover, again, relevant topics for buying and selling land. And on top of this, we do have a few courses, including a land due diligence course, a land investing course, and then a course that covers some of the lessons I learned selling 500 properties. So that's just a brief overview of who I am. And of course, feel free to ask questions, and I'll stop whatever I'm talking about and answer them. But back to the properties. So we just posted it's about a 1/4 acre in Highlands County, Florida. On our main listing page, we do have an interactive map so you can see the property and where exactly it is. If you're not familiar with Highlands County, it is in the central portion of southern Florida. It is in this area here. This is the Lake Wales Ridge, which used to be a series of sand dunes back when this area was a prehistoric sea. Now it's kind of a high point in the peninsula, and there are a lot of freshwater lakes around here with good fishing. So the properties down here outside of the town of Placid Lake, it's in a residential community. There are a number of homes just to the east. The area around the property is a little bit less developed, but there still are some homes here, and it does have access via 2 dirt roads. It's also not in a special hazard flood zone, which I know is an issue for Florida properties. It's at an elevation of about 130 feet. So you can find more information on that property both in the video that I'll be releasing soon on it, probably tomorrow morning, and on our main listing page. And I do also want to highlight I just released a video on our property in Hardeman County. This one is almost an acre, 0.94 acres. It's in Tennessee, Hardeman County, Tennessee, which is a county in kind of the western portion of Tennessee, not too far from Memphis, also in the close to the southern border. This is a more rural county. It's known for people come here who like to hunt or ride horses, or who just love to be out in nature, because as you can see, it's a pretty green county. There's not a lot of intense development going on here. The county seat of Hardeman County is Bolivar, which is a relatively small town, although there is a hospital and a Walmart here, and it's only about 10-12 minutes from the property. And available properties in New Mexico. Yes, we do have one property. Well, we have a couple properties. Now, if anyone has not gone to our main listing page before, you'll see that we do have a map here with all of our available properties. So if you're interested in a particular area, you can just zoom in on a state and you'll see pins with each of our available properties. And you can actually click on the pin to then get a link to that property's main listing page. Also, if you're interested in any particular state or you just want updates, you can actually go to our home page and click subscribe. Here we do have a weekly newsletter that you can sign up for, but you can also get text messages either whenever we post a property in general, or you could say, I only want to get texts in a particular state or a couple states. So you can select up to 5 and you would get texts only for those states that you select. Okay. Just want to pause for a second and see if anyone has any questions. Okay. Well, again, feel free to ask a question. I'll pause and answer it right away. So I'll also cover some of our latest blog posts. I started to go over this before, but I'll go into a little more detail on one of them. So you can see some of the information that we provide. So correction deed. This is one of our latest blog posts. It's a little more dry of a topic, but it's an important one, especially if you're buying less expensive land that may not have gone through a title every time it transferred ownership in the past. And what happens, I'm just about to get into that, thank you. So what happens sometimes when a property does not go through a title company is the person drafting the deed, they're not a lawyer, so sometimes companies or even individuals will draft the deed on their own. And when they do that, errors happen. Some of these errors can be a major issue. Others are more minor, but even a minor issue can become a title concern, and that can hold up the sale of a property, whether you're buying or selling it. So when it's a more minor issue, so some things like misspellings or typos in the legal description, missing or incorrect signatures. So sometimes a seller may not realize they need their spouse to sign the deed, for example. So it's missing one person's signature. There are also, just general legal description mistakes. And another common case where you may need a correction deed is if the property type was documented incorrectly. So if, the person drafting the deed put down accidentally that the property was a single-family home when it was a multifamily home, or in the case of vacant land, they put down that it was a residence when it was a vacant parcel of land. All of these are relatively minor errors, and so they can be fixed by simply filing a correction deed, which is when you draft a whole new deed, you include all of the same basic information you had in the previous deed, but then you include a line that says, this deed is being drafted to correct the error, say in the legal description from the previous deed. The legal description should have said such and such, and then you'd write out the full correct legal description. And you would have the seller sign and notarize the deed again. We've had to do a number of correction deeds whenever, when we were buying properties. I've done, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 of them. It's not super common, but it does happen often enough with vacant land that I thought it was important to do a full blog post on it. Again, I know it's a little bit more of a dry topic, but I think all of these things are important to understand when buying land because they come up much more often than, say, if you were buying a house. Fortunately, of course, if you are going to buy a property through a title company, the title company should take care of the correction deed for you. You'll just need to understand what it is and what's going on, and also understand that that can, extend the closing process. We also did a blog post on HVAC system cleaning, which it's not exactly about vacant land, but many people want to build a house on land. Oh, are there any permits for wells in New Mexico or Arizona being turned down? Well, that's kind of a complicated question. So I should say I'm not a complete expert on water rights and wells. My understanding, at least in New Mexico, I'm a little more familiar with New Mexico than Arizona, is that residential wells don't require water rights. So my understanding again is that you wouldn't be denied a permit for a new residential well. But if you're trying to use it for agricultural purposes or irrigation, then you very well may need water rights. And without water rights, your permit could be denied. So it depends on what you want to use the well for. So Arizona, I think, is the same. I don't believe you need water rights for residential wells, but you can always verify this information by going to, it's usually the State Department of Water Rights or, some similar title. And you can give them the call. They're very helpful. They'll tell you what kinds of wells are exempt from water rights and what kinds of wells need a permit. If a permit's required, usually you do need water rights, so they'll be turned down if you don't have water rights. And then water rights themselves can become complicated in some states. There are, superior and secondary water rights, but I'd recommend going to the state and talking to them in a little more detail about what you want to do. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I guess I will continue with HVAC system cleaning then, which, it's Not exactly a vacant land topic, but many people also live in a home with central air. I wrote this. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, I think New Mexico is a little bit easier. Um, Although, if you're talking, I would just be careful if you're talking to the county and not the state, because in many states, it's a state department that handles water rights and well permits. But if the county is usually pretty knowledgeable. New Mexico is a little bit easier than other southwestern states. Thank you for chiming in, Alex. Um, okay. And I'm currently looking for drone footage of the Colorado property. Okay. We do have a property in Castilla County. I believe this is the one you are interested in. It's 4.93 acres in Castilla County, I think. We do have, if you go to our main listing page, we do have a drone video of the surrounding. And while I'm on here, I'll just highlight this property as well, since there's some interest in it. It's 4.93 acres in Castilla County, Colorado. As with all of our properties, we do have a plat map here, so you can see the surrounding location. Castilla County does have a fair amount of agriculture, so you can see there's a fair amount of agricultural activity just to the south of the property. And there's a mountain range just to the east as well. And you can access, it's just outside of the town of Blanca. I have an interview in Fort Carlin. Okay. Well, good luck. And you can access the property just off of Route 160. This property is zoned estate residential, which allows for mobile homes and manufactured homes. I believe that RV camping is allowed, but not full-time RV living. But we do always recommend that you give the county planning department a call to go over their rules and regulations to make sure that the property works for your desired purposes. And I'll also just note with this particular property, our owner financing terms. We do offer owner financing on all of our properties, so it's only $1 down. There's also no interest, but you don't get the cash discount price when you purchase with owner financing, so you can see the difference in the prices here. There's also no prepayment penalty and no credit check, so there's really no application process. If you wanted to purchase with owner financing, you just go down to the button that says buy or hold, click that, and then you would click buy, and you would get a screen where you could select the property you're interested in, and then owner financing, and put in your information, and that'll take you to the screen where you can pay. Okay, so I think since we are at about 6:50, which GIS software do you use that we see? That is MapRight. I do like this software a lot, MapRight. It's not free, but they do have a trial period, I think for 7 days if you wanted to play around with it. But it's a pretty cool software. It'll show you things like wetlands, flood zones, elevations. In some counties, you can also see information on surrounding wells, so you can see how deep nearby wells are if you need that information. Okay, so since we are just about at 6:50, I think we should go into the vacation giveaway. Yes, that's a good point too. Bureau of Land Management is helpful. Okay, yeah, feel free to visit the property at any time. I'll also note that you can hold the property as well if you wanted to before then, or, just check back on our listing page to see if it's still here. I'll note on all of our listing pages, we do give you the approximate GPS coordinates, so you can plug those into Google Maps. You can actually click on the approximate center point coordinates to pull it up in Google Maps so you can get directions. All right, so now we'll do the vacation giveaway. Before I do it, I just want to go over some of the terms. Can I build a well if I lease one of your properties? So if you are doing owner financing, we do say that you are not able to build on or live on the property until the end of the loan term. You can do minor improvements like installing fences, clearing the land, even grading it. You can't necessarily log the property, but you can clear out brush, get it ready for a building site. But yeah, not build on the property. Generally not install a well, but you can also connect with me offline and we can talk in a little more detail about that. But for the vacation giveaway, I just wanted to go over some of the terms so that everyone, understands what exactly the vacation voucher provides. So our travel partner has over 50 locations. There are, I think, over 30 in the US and then another over 30 in various spots around the globe. It's usually a 3-night stay in a hotel. In some locations, it may be a 4-night stay, but generally a 3-night stay. The hotel is complimentary, but you do have to pay for the taxes. It varies from hotel to hotel and location to location, but that's about say $90 to say $140. And the reason they make you pay the taxes is because if the hotel stay was completely free, my understanding based on our travel partner is that the IRS would consider that income to you. So they would, if the voucher is valued at around $1,000 on average, the IRS would see that as about $1,000 in income you're getting, and they would tax you at your regular rate for that $1,000. So you end up paying less in taxes if you just pay for the regular hotel taxes associated with the room. So that's why they do have you pay the taxes. So I just want to get that out there. If you win the vacation giveaway and you decide you don't want to pay anything, we can also provide just a hotel card, which gives you a discount on some cards. But I think that even, the vacation voucher is a really great deal. They have a lot of options and they have a lot of great hotels. So the way it works is if you're selected, I would send you an email with all of the locations. You would select the location you're interested in, and then I would send you an email with the voucher. You have 7 days to activate the voucher and pay the taxes, but then you have 18 months, not days, 18 months to book the actual vacation. So you have some time to plan and get everything in order. The room is for 1 or 2 adults, so single or couples. There are some locations that also allow up to 2 kids. There'll be less of them, but those hotels are available as well if you have kids. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is anyone who's interested in participating, if you could just put in the chat yes, then we'll go down in the order that everyone has said yes. and you'll be assigned the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that order, and I will power up the Google machine, have it randomly select a number, and the person who is associated with that number gets the voucher. And so I'll give everyone a second to say yes if they're interested. Anyone else? Okay, anyone else? Looks like we have 9 people right now. So you all have a really good chance of winning a vacation. All right, 10 people. I'll wait another 20 seconds, see if anyone else wants to participate. All right. So we have 10 people. And we'll randomly select a number. So drum roll. Oh, that didn't work as well as I thought it would. And number 7. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7. Peaceful Bliss. You are the winner. Congratulations. All you have to do is just shoot me an email and I'll send you that list of locations. And you can take your time, consult with your family, see which one you would like. And if you don't have my contact information, you can go to the website and click Contact Us. All of the information is here. I'll also put it in the chat. So a big congratulations. Thank you everyone for participating. I'm very sorry about the technical issues. I have sorted them out, so next weekend will go much smoother for anyone who's watching this on the replay. Next weekend, we will actually start at 6 with the correct link. So hopefully you can all come back and I'll be able to answer more questions and, of course, give away another vacation voucher. So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope to